Hello, welcome. Thank you for practicing with me today. Let's get started by sitting on our mats in a comfortable position and taking a few deep breaths in through your nose. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, and exhale, bring them down through heart center in a prayer position. Inhale, up overhead, exhale, down through heart center. Inhale, lift it up one more time, maybe look upwards towards the ceiling, and exhale, let it go. Start to roll out your neck from side to side, moving very slowly. Bring your head back towards center and roll out your shoulders, making big circles, moving them backwards and then move them forwards. Let your left ear fall towards your left shoulder and extend your right arm out to the right side, hovering your hand over the ground. Maybe placing your left hand on top of your head to create a little bit more space in the neck. Come back up to center and we'll do the same thing on the other side, letting your right ear fall towards your right shoulder, left hand hovering over the ground. Come back up to center. Inhale your arms up overhead and come down into eagle arms, wrapping your right arm around the left, pressing into one another, opening up the shoulders. Keeping it active. Maybe you play with turning your head towards the right shoulder and towards the left to see how that affects your back. Inhale your arms up overhead to cross the other direction. Left arm is wrapping around the right arm's on top. Pressing your palms into one another. And again, playing with the way that you turn your head towards the right shoulder, towards the left. Go ahead and release your arms down towards the ground, and we'll make our ways into tabletop on all fours with your wrists directly underneath your shoulders, knees under hips, moving into some cat and cow movements to loosen up our spine. Inhale to look up, arching your back and opening your heart. And exhale, push into the ground, rounding your spine, really making space in the back and shoulders. Come back to a neutral spine and walk your hands towards the top of the mat, and we'll come into melting heart, which is exactly what it sounds like. Melt your heart towards the mat. Rest your chin or your forehead on the mat, or this would be a good place to put a block as well. Keep the shoulders and arms active here as you're pressing into the ground with your palms. Deep belly breaths here. On your next inhale, shift your weight forwards onto your forearms into cobra. On your exhale, come down and bring your fingertips towards the outside of your mat, keeping them wide. And then on your inhale, push yourself up. And exhale, come back down. Think of creating a wave with your body, like you are flow-freeing and open. Bring your hands under your shoulders in order to push yourself back into downward facing dog. Feel free to bend your knees a lot here, pedaling out the legs, getting comfortable. Spread your hands wider than the mat. Pedal out your legs some more. And then slowly bring your hands close in towards one another so that your thumbs are touching. Deep inhale. And on your exhale, plant your knees on the ground. Come to tabletop and inhale, reach your right arm up towards the sky. Exhale, thread it underneath of your left armpit, resting your right ear on the mat. Press into your left hand, opening up the shoulder. And if it feels better for you, feel free to take a bind here, wrapping your left arm around your back and grabbing onto your thigh. Wherever you are at, take a few deep breaths. If you were in a bind, unwind yourself and press into your left hand to inhale, reach the right arm up towards the ceiling again. Exhale, drop it down. And we'll do the same thing on the other side, inhaling your left arm up overhead and exhale, threading the needle. Again, here you can press into your right hand and open up your shoulder, or if it feels better for you to take that bind, go ahead and do so. Being wherever you are, take a few deep breaths in and out your nose. Unwind your bind, press into your right hand, inhale your left arm up, and exhale back towards the ground. We're gonna come into melting heart again, but this time put all of your weight onto your elbows, bringing your hands to touch your shoulders, and you can either keep them in a prayer position or just rest your fingers on your back and your shoulders. This is a pretty deep shoulder opener, so if it's a little too much for you at the moment, you can go ahead and take a regular melting heart and just extend your arms. We'll be here for about 5 breaths. On an inhale, shift your weight forwards to cobra or upward facing dog. And on your exhale, send it back, downward facing dog, pedal out the legs. And then you can go ahead and walk your feet inch by inch towards your hands in order to come into a forward facing fold. Maybe grab opposite elbows, shake your head yes, shake your head no. And you can sway from side to side, just fully releasing and relaxing the upper back and even into the lower back. Place your hands on the ground and come to kneel on your knees, sitting on your feet. Inhale your hands up overhead. Use your left hand to press your right elbow back a little bit farther. And if it feels good for you, you can take your left hand down and around to grab your right hand. And if there's quite a bit of space between the two, I love to use a t-shirt or a belt to fill the space and grab onto either end. On an exhale, let it go and extend your right arm across your chest, pulling it towards you with your left elbow. And on an inhale, bring your arms up overhead and we'll switch using the right hand to press the left elbow back. And again, only if it feels good for you, taking your right hand behind your back to grab your left. And you might notice that one side is tighter than the other, so maybe you didn't need a belt on the left, but this side you need it. That is a-okay. We usually have a tighter side, which is completely normal. On an exhale, extend your left arm across your body, using your right elbow to pull it towards you. And let it all go. Make your way onto your back, laying on the ground. We'll do a couple twists before taking Shavasana. Pull your knees in towards your chest and maybe rock from side to side, taking a quick little lower back massage. Extend your left leg out towards the ground. Keep hanging on to the right. Use your left hand to pull your right leg across your body, and you can keep your right arm in a T opened up on the ground beside you, maybe letting your gaze fall over towards the right. Try to keep both shoulders as close to the ground as possible. Use your inhales and exhales to allow your body to relax a little bit more. Gently use your left hand to guide your right knee in towards the chest, giving it a little hug and extending it out towards the ground, hugging in your left knee. And we'll do the same thing on the other side, letting your left arm open up into a T and using your right hand to guide your knee across your body. Maybe letting your gaze fall towards the left, keeping both shoulders on the ground as much as possible. Gently come back to center, hugging your knee in one more time and extending it out, letting everything relax into the ground for Shavasana, laying your hands out next to you and letting your feet splay open. Take a few moments here to truly show gratitude towards yourself for doing something good for not only your body, but also for your mind. It feels really good for me to put my arms in a cactus shape after a heart opening flow. And wherever you end up, just allow your eyes to close as you relax even deeper into your body, knowing that the ground is fully supporting you and you have nowhere else to be and nothing else to be doing. Take a moment to check in with yourself and notice how you're feeling and how your breath is feeling. Feel free to stay here as long as you need. Otherwise, you can bend into the knees, roll onto your right side, and press yourself up into a seated position. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Namaste.